the smooth, silky tunes of the VHL Pajodcast.
Classic.
So if it's a classic, we have to cut to Kyle because Kyle's got some classic material right now.
Do I? What's my classic material, Ryan?
What? Welcome, everyone. This is
this is the what?
Pajodcast.
Pew, 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 pew.
There we go. It's been a while. No one's actually seen you do it in person, I don't think. He looks even dumber than you'd assume he looks when you hear it. It's great. I tell people this all the time, but they should have.
Babs, get down. Welcome to New Pepper, everybody.
Has anyone else here seen all of Entourage, or am I the only one?
You're the only one who's seen all of Entourage, Ryan.
God damn it! There's a girl named Babs that Ari Gold always insults.
Oh, don't worry. If you don't like Babs, she has about 17,000 other names, doesn't she, Alex?
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're recording. Everyone can hear your lovely, lovely voice.
Just imagine Kyle doing the pews with his head outside of a car window. Like
I have done that.
Yeah, it's like it was pretty ghetto. So VHL Pajodcast, we're here. We're live. Season 55 off season sucks. It's so boring. Sorry, this is the season 54 off season, isn't it?
Yeah, going into season 55.
Yeah, so I'm gonna predict that the season 55 off season's gonna suck. You ready? Nothing. No, that's probably gonna be the more exciting off season.
Well, then this one, the fucking bar's set so low, Satan trips over on his way to work in the morning.
Okay, there's been one trade. I feel like Chris, every other offseason that's been interesting, the day the season ends, there's like 3 trades posted immediately.
Yeah, like
usually they involve
before the cup has been hoisted. Like the teams are doing their thing.
Usually they either involve Chris or me.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that
players
that after season 53, like the puck went in, game ended. Everyone in New York's lifting the cup, and MT Power's like, "Hang on, I got a quick phone call to make. Like, we gotta make this deal. I need another goalie to stand in front of me."
Where are you at, bud?
Yeah, hang on. We'll I'll get right back to doing this trade. I gotta go lift my cup real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was day of too. You guys traded for Pietro. You guys made the moves to say we're the best team in the league.
Yeah. As we were marching off the ice, Chris was like, "You guys fucking suck. We need a better forward."
Yeah, Finn was
actually, it's more like Muller's 100 years old retiring. And I had 5 other guys retiring, so I needed to switch shit up.
Yeah, he's like, "Finn, you're finished."
Also, I don't think Maximov was immediate because I'm pretty sure I had some people. People were telling me I should rebuild, and I was like, "Yeah, you're fucking nuts. Maybe you would rebuild. I'm not."
Chris, you need to.
I always
garbage in 2 seasons. Haven't you heard?
I already had somebody message me saying,
sorry,
"Why am I not?"
I think it was the.
Like.
I think it was the it was you. Sorry, Davos. Yeah, but look at day of the offseason was March 30th. You traded with Seattle and Davos traded with Quebec the same day. We've been days since, and we have 1 trade to report on, or 2 now, I guess. Actually, holy crap! Breaking news. We got 2. A live trade right here.
Oh shit! I haven't even seen this yet.
Oh, it's a big trade.
Oh fuck! That was the VHLM
to Quebec. Oh, Quebec's gonna win a cup next year, I think. To Quebec. Guntis Petnis for a season 56 Quebec first.
Damn.
Goodbye production for Guntis.
Yeah, Guntis was a rental too for those who for in this because he has to retire because he's GM. So that's
is Guntis his GM player or is it the other one? Because he does have both.
No, Guntis is his GM player. You're not allowed to swap them.
No, but I thought he traded for Guntis later, didn't he?
No, he traded for Guntis when he got. That was how he got.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. It was.
Can we say least improved player Guntis next year?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Hey, we'll see how many fights he has. How many?
It will be.
He has. The reality here. They're just trying to answer Sharp.
Reality
so is Sharp versus Pettis Quebec versus New York matchup is really going to have some pop.
His fighting should be 40, so we'll see if they actually adjust that for next year.
So what you're saying is this year, motherfucker Sharp is going to beat the shit out of Guntis Pettis.
Technically, this year Guntis should never have had all those fights. Technically, he might win awards based on incorrect build being posted.
That's true, but who do we blame for that? Because he didn't do anything wrong.
It's Updater.
It was Updater.
I mean, the irony here, considering how he wanted it to be him being the fighting, and he's the player who actually added to fighting, you could blame Jardy.
Yeah.
Jardy just follows off the page though.
Yeah, and also, wait, don't we have like a person? Isn't like Velvera who does it like from like the page to the sim mention, and then Jardy just takes that and is like,
yeah, I don't think Jardy actually updates the sim anyway.
Yeah. Well, here was the problem on the player page, or was it like going into the sim? Because
It was on
player page said to go
the
40.
roster page, just 73 fighting.
Oh, okay, cool. So not Valver's fault. He just was like, yeah,
No.
updates probably know what they're doing. Well, who the
It
fuck's
would be Kessler.
God damn it, Kessler, you fucking idiot. Come on. I know you're like 10, but get your shit together.
We also have another trade to report.
Wait, what? Oh, the first one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What happened to Calgary and Riga?
Werner Reinhold traded back to the Calgary Wranglers. There was some talk that he might not be trusting the process, but it seems that Werner Reinhold does indeed trust. He is resigning for 6 years.
Shit.
Clearly, he is the new
what
face of that franchise.
How is that a trade?
Well, here's the thing. He was traded mentally
Oh,
to
okay.
Stockholm, according to rumors. But now it's been confirmed he's actually re-signing for 6 years. What a great commitment by that guy. He's like Jerome McGinley.
Absolutely. Here's the thing that we really have to ask ourselves. We already know that Werner Reinhold trusts the process. Does Jacob really trust the process? Because the last time I checked, there were photos in the Wranglers locker room of Vikings manager Christopher Miller, and the photo showed another young man holding a quarter chicken dinner from Swiss Chalet, likely to be Kyle Snow. Underneath the photos were a small inscription that read RP plus CM plus KS equals heart. So I think what we've learned is that riot points plus CM Punk add up to a kill steal.
I mean, that's probably accurate, I would think.
Yeah. Well, if CM Punk was to play League of Legends and buy riot points, he'd be stealing everybody's kills. So
yeah, I will say, I mean, to be honest with you, and it's being straight up honest, I can't think of a guy who wouldn't want to play for the Calgary Wranglers. I know when Skylar Riff went there, he was a big fan of the Wranglers.
All right,
didn't
we got a trade to report. Yeah. Let's talk about it. We got
Wait, another one?
No, the trade that you didn't let me fucking report.
Oh well, sorry, I got bored partway through, and then
I didn't even start.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I didn't even say the teams involved. I said we got a trade, and then it was like I don't know. You started talking about
trusting the process. To be fair, okay. I think that we need to Eagles fan has given us a wonderful gift. This is the biggest meme that we've had in a while.
It's shit. It's
awful.
End.
No, Ryan, it doesn't need to end. That's the meme of the 50s.
Maybe the 50s, 1950s, because it's been beaten to the ground so much. That's where it feels like it's from. Jesus.
60 years before the internet. Good call.
Fuck.
I mean, 40 years before the internet. Good. Solid math there, Kyle.
At what point does a meme have to be something on the internet? It's just propaganda that people accept.
Hang on,
Kyle.
Hang on. No.
Yes, it is.
I have not looked up the definition of meme, but we need this in our lives. Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, the most legitimate
source. Okay, no, fine. I'll look up meme definition. An element of a culture or system.
Richard Dawkins, an idea, behaviors, Wikipedia. Behavior or style that spreads from person to person within a culture, aka what I just said, propaganda that gets propagated by people. Whether it's funny or educational or inspirational or fearful, it's all the same thing.
I learned something today. But here's the thing, Ryan. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
No. Kyle. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Kyle. Anyway, this trade was Marc Alexandre. You know what?
Why do you keep saying Marc-Andre?
Sir Marc Alexandre Leblanc.
Ryan, I've never heard you butcher a name like this before. How did you come on, man?
He went to Calgary in exchange for the season 55 Calgary first, which went to Riga. So Riga active. Obviously, Hedgehog recognizes that he's kind of got a not enough of a group there to really start competing, and maybe try to get a little younger and put all those players together on a team, which right now seems to be Calgary. So
I'm confused. I still don't get why Calgary did this.
You think this is too much to pay for?
I think there's better prospects.
Leblanc?
I think there are good prospects in that draft they're passing up on.
Such as?
I mean, even like Green is one of the guys in the top 5 in TP.
Well, he's never been known for building good players. So, what do you really want Green for?
Here's the issue with Green. Is his second player going to have lots of TPE?
I mean,
does his first player have lots of TPE?
His player's still going to be good. It's Green.
Yeah, unless he has a 7th kid.
This doesn't matter.
It's mostly that he can only claim welfare on one player a season. and I believe he's been trying to get media spots going for his other player, but obviously time commitments have been an issue for him.
I mean, he's third in TP.
Yeah, I believe
I mean,
now he's doing
with
media
no
spots for his
carryover,
younger
right? So,
player,
I mean,
and his and he's also doing
I don't
well
know.
for his.
But like the way I look at it is Maximov's done a couple seasons, then his new play, and then this player is going to get full attention.
That is a good point, Chris.
I mean,
I
Maximov
just
is still doing okay on TP. But he's not doing green levels of TP. Like Maximov as a season 49 has 728 TP. Kohler has over 1,000, and he's only a season.
I just think I don't know. No offense to Pandar because I actually did want him in the draft he was in, but I'd rather have Green. Is that even remotely controversial to say? Like I'd rather have Green. I mean, look, if we want to argue Punk Hippie because he retired, that's fine. If you want to argue, I don't know, I don't know who the Riga's goalies, but their goalie Nuck is a goalie in this draft. Sure. I mean, maybe you don't trust Nuck. He did also. He's had some issues with certain people. But at the end of the day, even if we want to ignore me, because most people seem to think I'm going to Toronto at 2,
I want to ignore you.
and obviously we're Frank's number 1. So if we're ignoring those two, even still, Green is there. I mean, there's a few guys there who are pretty high up. And, I mean, someone with it's like Fong. You know, everyone thinks Fong's next player is going to be shit. I never understand.
I saw that for the last, 4 players.
His next player is always good. Like, Triple X was supposed to be his welfare trash player, and he ends up being a Hall of Famer and one of the best two-way forwards ever. I just, I feel like guys with that kind of reputation, Green's not going anywhere.
Fong's last player didn't really light it up.
Yeah, but he still had 1,100 TPE.
True. That was actually an era where there was several defensemen who just didn't.
He was good. It's just he built some kind of defensive, I think, and it kind of never translated into awards and stuff. But still, he was a good player, and I think he won a couple cups, if I'm not mistaken. So at the end of the day,
the type of players that'll win cups, just less individual awards.
If nothing else, I know this. Green's been really active in our VHLM locker room, and I don't know. He seems decently dedicated to him enough where I think he at least becomes a 600-700 TP guy. I don't know if LeBlanc will ever be that. He might. I mean, he's off to a good start, but you never know what people.
Maybe Calgary's perspective was.
Well, Eagles fan might know Pandar better too. I'm not too sure, but
I was just thinking maybe they think, well, what if Toronto takes Green? Then the next best player available is you, and they don't think that you're going to be loyal to the team. So why not try to get someone who might be loyal that you might?
Why not wait till that pick then?
To trade it?
Why not wait till find out? That's what I would do.
Maybe they didn't think Green would be loyal. Maybe they're too young. Maybe he wants to leverage.
Well,
maybe he's trying to compete this season. Who knows?
I can't speak for Green. I know I probably wouldn't. I'd be 3 and out there. But that's just because I want to play for someone new. I don't know.
I'm the same.
It's nothing against Calgary, but I played 6 seasons in Calgary, basically.
Yeah,
I've only played
Calgary
there. Technically, this will be my second season starting with them, unless something happens in the off season. So
you better fucking hope something happens, Ryan. Otherwise, you better start trusting that goddamn process.
Here's the weird thing too, because I'm a GM, I know that something could happen. Because spoilers, I can see what the Eagles fan posts is his trade block, so I know what my GM is doing because I can see it. So. And so can
are
Chris,
you on the block,
and
Ryan?
so can Higgins, because for whatever reason, Eagles fan has decided that if he drafts Chris, or if he, well, I guess he can't now, but if he would have,
he would just have a team full of GMs.
I'll say this,
GM team.
For those who question why guys like Ryan and I want to be on different teams, how long have I been in this league? I've been in this league technically I've been active since season 16. Okay, so we're talking 40 seasons. I have played for New York, Calgary, Stockholm, and Helsinki, and that's it. So I played for 14.
I couldn't remember if it was the fall of 2011 or the fall of 2012. Kyle, which one was it?
When you joined? 11.
So this fall, for Kyle and I, that's 6.
Dude, it was like May, actually. I'm pretty sure when we joined the first time.
Okay. Yeah, I think we didn't start casting and stuff till the fall.
No, yeah, for sure.
Voicing, yeah. So
no, we didn't.
We're looking at basically 6 real life years for us, and Chris has been around here longer. So just to kind of add to Chris's point,
8 for me.
Everyone just thinks that I'm everyone's like Reinhold's going to go to New York or Stockholm, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'll go to Stockholm, but never New York. I wouldn't even go to New York, even if it made the best sense for me as a GM, because
Mhm.
that's not. I'm not. I didn't build Reinhold to
It's
do
not
that.
really the point of the second player.
Yeah, the second player is to allow me to
I-
experiment.
And to a degree,
Yeah,
like I would play in Davos, but my one issue with playing on a team like Davos is I kind of want to be different conferences. I don't
Mhm.
really want to be competing against my own team. I know that's kind of weird to some people, but I don't know. Like I just feel like
I was
it
kind of
makes
Yeah, every time you add a TPE like to your player, you're kind of fucking with your other. Yeah, like
Kinda,
Steezy had
yeah.
it right. He's got New York. He's got Stockholm. They don't
Yeah,
run into
but
each
that-
other unless it's the finals.
Solis did the
Couple
same thing
games.
this past season. Mueller
Yep.
versus Axel.
so.
Well,
Like
Ryan,
I'd be
again,
lying. I
totally
want to be in
forgot that guy-
Toronto, but
We're talking about him.
But that might not matter later because there's talk of playoff, or sorry, of crossover basically, or just making the league one conference. So that there's been some talk in the BOG. I'll throw this out there, just hot BOG talk. Not just making the league one conference, but making it so that there's no more European teams. So all the European teams would relocate to a
Fuck
North
that.
American franchise,
That's
and we would
stupid.
be under one conference.
Let me
That
go
is
post
some
in
of the
there.
talk.
That's stupid. Hold on.
That's just
Let me
some
go-
of
Was
the
this some
talk.
points of discussion from yesterday? Yeah. Oh, Chris, guess whose idea this was?
Hold on. Let me just go and post this.
Let's
This-
just
this is-
say, Chris, you better trust this fucking process.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The man of legendary ideas. The whole reason GM stopped voting for awards. Eagles fan.
I mean, like
He's
kind of.
basically the Joker. You know, he just mucks up our little world by himself. I don't know. I'm not listening.
Actually, it was an Eagles fan that suggested it. You guys know that, right? Kendrick's the one who actually suggested getting rid of the Europe teams.
Oh yeah,
Eagles
but I mean,
fan
like
did the conference idea.
the conferences, yeah. Kendrick's the one who suggested getting rid of the European. Listen, I actually will have some legit conversation on this. I've always been one of the most active defenders of our European conference.
Yeah.
I think that it's a unique thing about the league. I think that that we attract members outside of North America. We have members outside of North America in our member base. Boom's from Australia, and there's not even an Australian team. But Romanus is from.
Oh man, Australian team.
Yeah, Romanus is from Germany.
The Canberra Kangaroos.
There are examples of it. But if people want to go to one conference and just get rid of Europe and just make it all North American, so that the best 6 teams make the playoffs, like if they wanted to do that instead of institute some type of difference, I'm not going to fight it. It's just at a point where I'm like, whatever. I don't think it's a good idea, but I don't think it's as sacrilegious as I used to think it was, mostly because the conferences, the balance in conferences is kind of shit. Like you could have 3 good teams or 4 good teams in another conference. So like Riga almost upset Helsinki. Isn't that crazy to think of? Riga almost upset Helsinki, and then
So
Helsinki
are we
upset
contracting
Stockholm.
by 4 teams? Is that the idea?
No.
No. I think he means like 6 teams make the playoffs, not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just every team in Europe would
Making
relocate
sure.
to a North American
Yeah, no,
team
fuck that.
if
That's
you went-
stupid as
if you went
fuck.
that direction.
I don't like it.
But the other suggestion posted by Boo Bobby was to instead make conferences matter. And what they suggested by doing that is teams shouldn't play every team the same number of games. They should play interconference opponents a little more than they play
No, I
opposing
don't like that
conference.
either.
But
I
then
would
what's
be
the
fine
point of the
with that.
conferences? Why do we have them? What do they do? What do they establish? Nothing.
Yeah, they don't, which is why I think having like having like a 6 teams make the playoffs. I don't care what conference they're in is fine. Like just I don't like moving 5 teams arbitrarily because travel is hard. It's fucking
No, well that
It's
wasn't
fiction.
the argument. The argument was just narratively it makes more sense.
fuck narrative.
No,
Dude,
if we had
narratively, we have a fucking
let me
Stargate.
finish. If we had one conference, it makes more sense for them to all be from the same area, right? Like
Yeah, except that we
that's what
already
the-
have 5 teams there. Oh, Chris,
I'm not.
what
Like
did you
I
just
said,
knock
I don't
over?
know. I don't
Soft.
mind. Boo Bobby made that suggestion, by the way, the one about making conferences matter. Okay, you don't even have to like his number, by the way, Chris. This is, and I initially was like, you can't have it so that people play their own conference way too many more times than others, because if one conference is really weak, the
Stats
best
get
team in that
fucked.
conference is going to stat pad for crazy. But Boo Bobby's suggestion was just make it 2 games. You play your interconference teams 12 times instead of 10, and you play your other conference team 6 times instead of 8. That's it.
Does the
Done.
math work out though? Because you
Yeah, it's
there's
5
5 teams in the other conference. There's 4 in your own.
Play,
because you have-
you play every other team. You play every other team 8 times.
Okay, say it again. You play your conference teams 12 times, right?
Yes, and you
So
play
that's 48 games.
Then you play the other conference teams 6 times a game, which is another 6 times 5 is 30,
So
which
that's
gives you
78 games.
So that's not correct. Yeah. Well, but Bobby had the math worked.
So
No,
it'd be
because if we-
5 times you play them.
That's over double. That doesn't work.
It's not over double.
Yeah, 5 to 12.
Still,
Yes,
still
it is.
wouldn't be right.
Oh
It'd
no,
still
no,
be-
there's my math.
It'd still be
wonder I was doing
68.
something. No. This is where I was messed up. I said 2. I added. You're supposed to add 2 and reduct 2. I was saying 12. 8 plus 2 isn't 12. Where did I get that from? You play every other team in your conference 40 times. Like you play 40 games in your conference.
Okay.
So that's 40, and then you play 6 times with the others, which is another 40. Which
That's
that
76
That's
games.
Still, yeah.
Is that
Also,
76?
That's
How many games
40
does
plus
each team
36.
see that's where the problem comes in, though, Ryan. Is if
He
we
had it worked out in there, and it made sense.
because
Now I
with
don't-
within your own conference, you're divided by 4 to
Okay,
go.
he has it 10
5
games. He has 10 games versus conference rivals, so that's 40, and then 6 versus other conference, which is another 30, right?
which
That's
is 70.
Still over a third
70.
extra games within your own conference, which I think is a few too many.
That's also us lowering the amount of games played.
Yeah, and also I don't like that.
But-
so.
No, we wouldn't lower the number of games played.
And also,
his math
that's
is obviously-
that is a significant amount.
Is it really
difference.
2 games against each
Absolutely.
team? Because look at it right now.
It's a
Okay,
delta.
play-
It turns out to be 4 games against each team, Ryan.
10 versus the teams in your division versus 6.
How does it turn
versus
out to be
the-
4, Kyle?
Because
each team?
you're removing 2 from one and adding 2 to the other. It's a net of 4.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
No. But in terms of stat padding, So if you look at the conferences, Kyle, right now I play, or New York will play Toronto or Seattle. Seattle's a good candidate because they're probably going to be the worst team in North America next season. If we play Seattle 8 times, you also play Seattle 8 times. So we're both stat padding against Seattle for 8 games.
Correct.
If we change the math on that so that I play Seattle 10 times,
And I play them 6? Yeah, that's
and you
4.
play them 6, I'm stat padding for 10 more games. But here's the thing. There's also a Riga in your conference. You're going to play them 10 times.
Yeah, that
and I'm
works
gonna play them
sometimes.
6.
Are we
Riga's
just
better.
It'll work all
are
the,
we
it,
for-
it'll work all the time. I don't see how that.
are we forgetting 3 years ago when there were 4 really good teams in the North American Conference and there was
Yeah.
1 average team running the European? Because I haven't.
Yeah, because that was us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
literally just
dude,
like a
imagine-
couple seasons ago.
Imagine that universe where you guys get fucked in stats and all of a sudden Streetlight's pissed because garbage rookie Xander Finn is doubling his point percentage because you guys have to play against all those awesome teams.
Yeah, but I don't know. Then to me, we need to do something else because then
yeah,
it's like.
ditch the conferences
exactly.
is fine.
Yeah, but I don't want to just ditch the conferences and call it the World Conference. I don't like that. I think that's stupid.
Why?
Because I'd hate that the VHL did it. Then just make them all North American or something. Like change
I'm
it.
just curious, what is
I
the
don't
issue with the current conference situation?
Oh yeah,
They're
that's
meaningless.
Are they
don't
just
mean
boring?
anything. They don't
So?
mean anything.
okay. Then we go to fucking
Why
bars for
do they need to mean something? It
Well,
promotes
wait-
parity. That's
What
the whole
promotes
idea,
parity?
right?
What?
The idea
How-
of playing every single team the same amount, every single team plays the exact same amount against everyone.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're just talking about the structure.
What are we
of
talking about?
conferences
You
in
just were
general.
talking about teams playing other teams more than others.
Yeah, but that's number of games played. If we were.
So
to-
what's the issue with the conferences?
Why are they there? What do they do?
fun.
Why do they have to be doing something?
Then why do we have them? Let's get rid of them.
Why do we have
Hang on,
rules
hang on,
that
hang
don't
on,
ever
hang on.
get used?
Hang on. This is a bit of a weird thing though. If we wouldn't just add them for the sake of adding them, but Ryan, if we're to maintain status quo, that's not removal. If we do nothing, they stay the same, which means that we
Yeah,
still
but they're
have
not-
them. We
they're not
already have
giving
those
us-
teams.
But
No,
they,
but-
they have a detriment to them, Kyle.
What's the
This is-
detriment?
Without playoff crossover, a shitty, as Chris said, if you have 4 good teams in one conference and 1 good team in the other conference, a good team doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's
do
all
playoff-
we can still do
conferences
crossover. We did that before, and it was awesome. And then we took out.
Yeah,
The only reason we took it out was for expansion.
Crossover would be to get rid of conferences and just make it one league.
We didn't remove conferences last time.
But why won't we? That's what my question is. What does it matter? if
But
we
why
remove
do
conferences?
that? Because then
What
we're
is-
literally
what-
changing teams.
We're not
from
changing
year-
any.
Okay, so you're saying just
No,
do the
no.
whole global plus
Okay.
America in the same conference?
I mean, if that's what people want
Because
to do,
people seem pretty against that.
no
That's all
matter
I'm
what,
saying.
no matter what, the top 6 teams in the league need to make the playoffs.
I have no problem with that.
I'm fine with that. That's not my issue.
No, right.
But at that,
When we
but
start
at that
talking
point,
about teams like
at that
Davos
point-
switching to North
when you
America,
do
I
that,
have an
the
issue.
point is when you do that, conferences become meaningless. There's no difference.
What?
between
Okay, so
conferences.
what about
Like
in
right
the
now?
late
We award
20s?
2 conference titles for the playoffs that should be changed if we go that route because the top 6
Well,
teams
yes.
can all be from one conference. Well,
Sure.
no, sorry.
Well,
The
no,
top
not quite.
5 of 6. 5 of 6. That would be crazy, but it could happen, right?
Yeah, sure. I don't have any problem with that, and we'll probably see a little more freedom, right? Like somebody like who's on.
But I mean, like it just doesn't make sense. Like we could do a world conference. I just don't. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
like
so when
the
we go to make a change, Ryan, the question isn't why don't we make the change? It's why do we make the change? Why do
but-
we move all these teams around?
Sure,
Because people
Kyle, sure,
say
Kyle,
so. Like,
but we're not moving anything. These are just suggestions. First,
Yeah,
and foremost, by people in the BOG.
I don't like these suggestions. I'm actually on board with crossover again. I think that's something I don't know why David took it out in the first place.
I don't think we should just call it crossover though.
Well, fucking okay. We can come up with a better name. Project 2.
Just get rid of the conferences. in the
Crossover
sim.
2.
What do we have them for? They don't do anything.
I don't know. Sure.
What is the benefit of going to one conference?
That we're not mislabeling nothing for no reason. That then when the top 6 teams make the playoffs, the sim would reflect that. We don't need to do anything. We can
Right,
just-
but we don't have to
What's
move
the
it.
difference between crossover and just running 2 conferences with crossover? It's still the top teams.
Hang on. I have what we could
but
just do.
We have to institute rules around that.
Yeah,
Also-
sure. Okay,
Also,
Ryan.
then why are we calling things North American and European conferences? if
Because that's
there's
no
North
we don't call them
American team for
conferences
one.
anymore.
And European the other. It's just
We don't
the
have
way
to
it
call
is.
them conferences anymore. But like, why would we move those 5 teams randomly? No. Here's the way that we run that playoff is really
Because
easy. Actually,
the way we did crossover before, there were still conferences in the sim. It
Sure.
was labeled the European Conference and it was
yeah,
labeled
but
North
just
American
fucking
Conference.
who cares? We don't have to do that. Well, the way that we run the playoffs is
Why
really
don't we
easy
just then
though.
make it one conference in the sim. What's the big deal with that?
We can.
But
No one said we
then
can't.
comes the suggestion that we combine Europe and North America. and
That's
just
other
switch them.
suggestions. That was Kendrick's
I know,
suggestion, to be
but
specific.
this was part of the discussion, which is what I react to when and same with Kyle when we say fuck that because Davos it's like moving the Montreal Canadiens to a
Yeah.
non-French speaking. It's
So
like
yeah,
no,
we
no,
don't want the NHL
honestly-
needs to be just the National Hockey League. All those
it is
teams
like
go to the States. Like nobody's
exactly
gonna do that.
that's what it's like if we're doing that. It's a lot of history being moved for no reason really,
yeah,
other than stupid narrative.
The history decision, the moving the teams decision is not. a
Yeah,
decision
no,
that
and like
I
why would
agree
any of
with,
it?
But it's like
We'd also have to run it by the GMs. We don't have to do all of it or none of it though, Ryan.
Yeah.
We can just do all that stuff and then just not move the teams. And the playoffs would be
make
really
one
easy to run.
conference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the playoffs would be really easy. Team 1 and 2 get a bye. 3 plays against 6. 4 plays against 5. The better team goes up against the best team remaining goes up against team 2.
that
The
makes
worst team
sense.
remaining goes up against 1. They play each other. Then you have the finals. It's actually the way they do it in the North American LCS, but it works
Wait,
well.
hold on. Let's see the math on this.
Yeah.
Did-
Okay.
No, I understand what you said. I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the numbers. So you did 1-2 bye.
Yeah. 3 play 6 because
3
that's
play 6.
best left
and
versus worst
4 and
left.
5 play. The
Yeah.
2 winners of that go on to play 2
Right.
and 1.
The way that the only place we run into an issue is do you do reseeding based on the win? So if let's say 3 and 4 get through, 4 would play against team 1 and 3 would play against 2. But if there's an upset, you swap. So if 6 beats team 3, 6
I think so.
6 still has to play against team 1.
Yeah,
To me,
the
that's
lowest
the whole-
seeded team has to. It's the whole point of the
Yeah,
seeding.
that's
That
to me
puts-
that's the whole
that-
benefit
that
of
The
actually
being
advantage
top
of being
team.
first, you get to play the worst team in the semifinals
Yeah,
every
And
time.
see, that's
Absolutely.
the whole reason we would do to me one conference because then we could set up rules like what you're saying.
I'm fine with one
to me,
conference.
At which point, Kyle, too, we'd be rewarding regular season success, which currently
Yes.
we do not do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you
fine with-
reward being
I'm-
best in your conference. That's it.
I'm fine with one conference. I just don't want to move the teams to North America. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
In almost,
I'm fine with it
in
otherwise.
almost any instance, there is no advantage for winning your conference in the VHL. You don't play the first round of the playoffs, but usually the first round of the playoffs is not competitive. So,
Not usually, but it has been in the past. Like you've had.
like, no matter what, we've always usually had 2 competitive teams from each conference. Even the year when Stockholm basically ran Europe, like it wasn't an automatic that they'd get through to the finals. Helsinki was kind of starting to come around, right?
Yeah, and then their goalie shit the bed, and we got
Yeah,
out. But
exactly, right? So to me, it's one of those things where it's like, no matter what, the conference finals are always the most interesting because of the matchups, but you don't really get an advantage for your regular season success. Whereas,
yeah, outside of home ice in game 7.
what was
which-
Chris's advantage for his regular season success this year with Stockholm? Nothing. They played Helsinki, who was probably one of the best teams in the league. That was their only playoff matchup. It's
Yeah.
like, that's not really fair. Like realistically, if we were to put it in the other seeding right now, let's
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go look now. Yeah, let's see what the playoffs would have been because
Yeah.
we would have obviously been playing against the worst team in the in the semifinals.
You guys would have played. Oh yeah, sorry. We'll go through the math here. Figure this out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We just have to look at seeding.
This would be way better. Yeah, this would be way better. Just one conference like this, and then
I
top
think
six
we
make
would
the
still have
playoffs.
been playing Helsinki. Would we have not been?
Were they fourth in regular season? I don't think
I
so.
think they were below New York, were they not?
Hang on. No, I'm taking a look here. We had 134
I'm
points.
looking at points here.
Oh my God, we still would have been playing against Helsinki by 1 point.
No, because you guys would have had the bye. Quebec and
Yes.
Stockholm both
Would have
get
had
a
the bye.
bye, which means New York would play.
Toronto. No, who's worst? New York would have played Davos. No, Riga.
New York would have played Toronto.
I would have still played Toronto, right? Yeah, New York would have still. Played
Everything
Toronto
actually
because
would have
they
been
had
the exact
worst.
same. Helsinki would have played Riga.
Helsinki would have played Riga, but then it changes because if Helsinki beats Riga and we beat them, it's
But it
still
didn't.
the same.
It's still the exact same.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the playoffs would have
It's
been.
the exact same.
That's not going to happen every year.
It's the exact same by
No.
a point, right? It's the exact same by a point because Helsinki is worse than New York.
Yeah,
you
that's
get the
you
match
guys
point.
lose one game, it's a whole difference. And when the GMs were making the decisions they made with like whether I'm going to compete or how hard I'm going to compete, they weren't worried about the other side of the conference. Like we have to look at those environmental factors. People may have made different decisions. Somebody
now you
like
have to start thinking about making the playoffs from a regular season perspective.
exactly. You can't just get in like we did last year, where it's like, I guess we can compete because everyone else sucks in our conference. We get an easy shot at the finals, and then maybe we fluke out a cup, which we didn't. But like we did get that easy ride to the finals. That doesn't happen. We have to play against Seattle. Actually, that last year's a really good example. You probably see a New York Seattle final because we probably don't.
Yeah, looking at the standings from last season, Seattle and New York would both get the bye.
Yes.
Which would be obviously not what happened because New York played Quebec in the first round. At which point Stockholm would play Quebec and Cologne would play Helsinki.
Yeah.
And I don't even.
Then it would depend on who wins those series.
Now here's the real question: with the way Sky was playing, man, that would have been an interesting series between Stockholm and Quebec.
Right?
No, we still would have beat them.
Probably.
So we
I
assume
think so,
Stockholm
but-
beats Quebec and that Helsinki beats Cologne. We then go to a situation where Seattle plays Helsinki and Stockholm and
New York
play in the second round.
Which, that's the thing,
And then since we beat you guys,
but like I said,
then Kyle's right, Seattle, New York final.
I'm totally cool with the whole different conference or the one conference because like that never bugged me at all. I just don't want to see all the European teams move to North America.
Yeah, no, that's
for me, there's too much history with Helsinki and Davos, and even Stockholm. If we're considering the Västerås, like I still kind of consider them because they're both Swedish, right? I still kind of consider them kind of partially together.
They're also not that far apart
for me,
like geographically.
Also, like Cologne, a lot of people want a German team, and then Riga too. Riga's got history too.
I've always liked
Cologne,
I don't know, honestly.
I do too. I've always wanted to play for Cologne. But
I love their logo. I've loved playing for them. I GM them.
We won a cup there, Ryan.
Of course, I care about them. Yeah, I know. It was great times with Jason too. You were with us for that, Kyle?
Yeah, you remember you.
I traded for you, right? That season.
Yeah.
I would be pretty disappointed if we made that decision. But I'm all down for one conference. I don't see why the narrative has to make sense. Like it's fucking similar.
Fuck the narrative. I prefer the narrative of what those teams
have a hockey team in friggin' Germany. Let's be real here.
If we want to go for a narrative, like we could move all the European teams to Mars, and then we have interplanetary teams, and those are our conferences. But like,
welcome to the Space Hockey League.
Yeah. No, we don't want to be the SHL.
The future, and everyone has to be in it.
If you really think about it, too, we have a team in we have a team in Quebec, and we have a team in Seattle in the same division. That's pretty fucking far away. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you weren't on the team that won a cup with Cologne, Kyle. You were on New York.
No, our first the first cup. Remember? Oh no, that was Quebec.
Quebec.
Sorry.
Yeah. Remember, I won.
You won MVP in Cologne, though.
Yeah, you did.
You won MVP.
I did win an MVP in Cologne, Ryan. So suck a dick.
That was in what, season 43?
I don't fucking
His
know.
first MVP after getting screwed twice.
Yeah.
Was that the year we lost to Seattle in the finals?
Yeah, I think so.
In season 43, basically
that team who should not have
this season. The same thing that happened this season.
No, it's not
with
quite
the same
to the same
goalie.
extent.
Let's get to that. We didn't cover it. We covered last week that both New York and Stockholm got eliminated in the second round.
Yeah, we were super not salty at all.
Which meant that we had a Quebec-Helsinki finals. So Quebec going for their second ever cup, and Helsinki looking to come back out and prove that they're the dominant European Conference team again. And in 6 games, the Helsinki Titans would win. So congratulations to Higgins and Trifecta and Bushido and Bubabi and Solis and
Congratulations to most of those guys.
Flyers fan and Amma and
Robbie?
In Finland.
And Robbie, and there's lots of people on that team. It's a
Gal.
good team.
He said Gal.
Yeah, I think I said Flyers fan. Yeah.
Corco!
Sorry,
Other
actually,
Gal.
Corco.
The same person.
Dude, Rudolph
Yeah.
Schmeckeldork.
Yeah. Tylor, can't forget about him. He's your boy
No.
Sami Zayn.
Do you mean
Wrestler
Tyler?
Sami Zayn.
Did you say Tylor?
Can't forget
He did. He said Tylor. He said no. He
It's an
said
A.
Tylor.
Tylor.
It's Tyler.
Every damn Buffalo too is on that team with Dale Dortch.
Let's not forget about Rising Water.
I did forget
And,
about Ransom Water.
Let's also not forget about MP Clardy.
Dude, our
so-
boy.
Congrats to the prospects who
And
get
I mean,
to
if
share
we
that
go,
water.
we go all the way to their depth system. Oh yeah, you did their depth system.
And
Okay.
Wasty.
Nice try. Nice try.
So I think it's funny, guys. I think it's funny, and Kyle probably doesn't, but I think it's funny that we said during last week's cast to Kyle, what happens if the Helsinki Titans win the Continental Cup and Astrid Moon is playoff MVP? Is he then not equivocally better than Xander Finn? And Kyle said, of course, but that's not going to happen. So let's take a look at playoff stats.
Yeah.
So now we've
I'll look at
confirmed
these when we're doing our stuff.
They have in fact won the cup. So
Also,
that did
I don't think I said unequivocally better. I said he's better at this point in time. There's still 5 seasons left in each of our careers.
True.
Sorry, 6 seasons left in each of our careers. Things can change. Mitch Higgins was better than Daniel Braxton for the first 2 seasons of their career, and I don't think we all remember how that turned out. 4 Braxton trophies later.
Can I put this out there before we get into this?
Sure.
I don't think Moon should win playoff MVP.
Ooh,
Okay, that's a fair statement, but we'll see.
the dark side of the moon.
Astrid Moon had a 937 save percentage. 937.
Scrub numbers.
Yeah, it's great.
A 1.79 goals against average.
Garbage.
Mhm.
3 playoff shutouts. 3. Faced the most shots of any team.
Sure.
That's almost as many shutouts as games he was pulled
So
in
he
the
was
season.
good
I mean,
regardless of
hold on.
shots.
Facing the most shot. I mean, keep in mind he played the most games.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, you
But
can't
let's just
their
keep
series
that in
against
mind.
Riga wasn't as easy as the Toronto series for New York. Like that wasn't a gimme.
I'm not saying it was, but I am saying you have to keep in mind he played 6 more games than any goalie in the entire playoffs. Of course, he's going to face the most shots. Look at that per game, and he does not even come close to leading.
Yeah, which is
Not
probably
even-
the more important.
Not
stat.
even close.
That's fair. Yeah. What else do we have? Oh, that's the wrong button. I clicked on the wrong thing. I don't want to see what.
He also let in losses, if we're going to make that argument too, because he played the most games.
I
right?
mean,
that-
like he's disqualified, right? Like obviously.
that's
Yeah,
the joke,
absolutely.
right? Like the idea, right? He played more. He played 400 more minutes than any.
He
other
was
goalie
also
in the
first
league.
star 5 times. So yeah.
So-
I would think, regardless of opinions,
I'm
who
not gonna.
wins,
I haven't
Astrid
looked at my-
Moon is on the ballot.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
probably.
It's between him and Axelson,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, well, he's probably got it locked
Here,
up because we never
let me-
give any credit to Axelson.
Well,
Or
the
his member.
thing with Axelson,
Axelson
is
was also first star 5 times and third star 3 times and second star once.
here's the thing with Axelson:
3 game winners.
23 points in 17 games, 12 goals,
12
100
goals.
hits,
Yeah.
3 game winners, like Ryan said. He was everything for that team. I don't get me wrong, Moon, fantastic playoff, but at the end of the day, 12 goals in 17 games, had 100 hits. Actually, surprisingly, didn't take as many penalties as I thought he would have taken, given how many hits he did indeed
Hits
have.
he
He only
had,
had 24 penalty minutes in 17 games, which is actually not bad.
It's pretty good.
But to me, the whole 5 first stars, he was a star in 9 games for them. Which is pretty good. I don't know. Like, honestly, I can see the argument for both. I'll be right honest, I'll have to look in their finals performances because I know other than one game, I think Moon played pretty well in the finals. I'd have to see how many of those stats came against Riga for Axelson. That's my one thing I'll have to check. I'll check right now, actually, while you guys discuss.
Kind of been my leaning factor of why I'm thinking Moon. He was so consistent these playoffs. He had like 2 bad games the whole playoffs. Like Power last year, we were using this example. Power was either really good or really bad. Moon was just really good for most games. Like he was great in some games and he had the odd bad game, but like there was a consistency there that like for a guy that was the exact opposite of that last season. Like he had 1 or 2 good games and he was just completely inconsistent and shitty last year. I guess it's basically a complete 360 for him, or sorry, 180 for him. That's what has me leaning Moon.
Yeah, I mean, and if I just looked up Axelson's numbers against Stockholm and Quebec, and I mean, you know what though? Like he actually was pretty damn good against those two teams. Overall,
it's an interesting battle, I think.
Overall, he finished.
Both gonna get votes.
Overall, he finished with 14 points in 11 games against those two teams, I believe. But I mean, the thing is, a lot of his goals came against those two teams. I noticed a lot of assists against Riga. But obviously, we're gonna have to look at the finals, especially, and see which player had the bigger impact at the more important moments, I think. But I have to think Stockholm series has to be taken under factor too, because that was not an easy series for them. Even if they won in 6, like they weren't technically supposed to win on paper. So I think that has to really be looked at too.
I mean, and Moon was real good.
He was.
I mean, Stockholm got no offense going into the 4 straight games that they won, which was game 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stockholm scored 1 goal in 3 of those games and then was shut out in the final game. Like Moon was all over that series at that point.
It's a little too reminiscent of a previous playoff series.
Yeah, what's with the
I mean,
rookie goalies coming out, or not rookie, but basically younger goalies.
I'll have to look it up, but I didn't think Moon was that great against Quebec at times. I'll have to look it up.
He wasn't as good. There was a 5-1 loss that they took.
Ooh, that's not good.
A big stinker. But at the same time, following the first game of the series where they lost 2-1, Moon won a 4-3 close decision and then shut the Titans out in game number 3, right? And then
Moon
for the last shut the mute out. My apologies. And then the last couple games of the series, he was back to being good again. 2-1 win in game number.
That does sound a little more like MT Power, though, doesn't it?
And a 3-2 win in game number 6. No, because he only had 1 game that was bad. Like that, like Power had like half.
I don't know if I
don't know.
4-3
games not really a good performance.
Some of his save percentages through some of those games are not that great. I'm looking at one here. It was like 9-10. Like I mean, like not that that's terrible.
I mean,
it's not abysmal by any means.
Last game of the series, they get outshot 38-25, 947 save percentage. They win the series. The game before
that's one game. I mean,
the game before that where they won in overtime. Outshot again, 35-31. They were outshot in almost every game.
I'm not saying he's not a worthy candidate. I'm saying I think it needs to have a closer look than what we're going to give.
Yeah, we're not doing that right now.
Technically, look, I could look at 5 goals.
Yeah, 5 goals on 36 shots. Where was the offense? 19 shots on net by the Titans. But to me, Moon didn't have any help. They won when he was.
They could have landed 40 shots and still not won that game though. Like the
Mute outshot them super badly the whole series. Ridiculously.
Not really.
Like 37-21.
Titans outshot them in game 1. Titans outshot them in game 2 by 14.
That's it.
Yeah.
6-game series. The Mute outshot them 4 of 6 games.
Okay, the Mute outshot them by 4 in 1 game.
It's one more game than.
And then in a couple others, yeah.
And then a lot in a couple others. In the clutch games of the series where Moon should happen to be there. I don't know. To me, that's
game 3's clutch.
Well, not game 3.
That's a big one.
The last few games of the series, games 5 and 6.
Game 5 was by 4 shots.
Yeah, but he still allowed three goals total on 35 and 38.
Is this the finals award or is this the whole playoffs award?
Well, this is the whole playoffs award. He was still good in the other.
So why are we just looking at the final? I'm not. No one said he wasn't good in the other series. Are we going to talk about the games he stunk up the joint against Stockholm as well as the ones he did well in?
Sure, he did play a couple of bad games this series. I'm not denying that, but I think he was super consistent. So
he was. So was Axelson. So we'll see.
Close vote.
I mean, at the end of the day, 12 goals in 17 games is the mark of consistency.
Truth. 3 game winners.
100 hits.
Yeah, I also think it's fair to say
playoffs
it's
is
really
gonna be-
difficult to be consistently good as a goaltender in general by comparison to a skater, right?
Definitely.
Axelson can put up like a couple hits and an assist in a game. That's like, like
that
we
they
still
lose,
lost
yeah.
that game, but you can't be like,
But-
oh, that was that player's
Kinda-
fault.
Counter argument: Axelson did it against Sky, and did it against DeGraff, who are considered two of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah,
Quebec's offense is not exactly shining. Stockholm, I'll give him, but Quebec's offense has never been something that to write home about. They got in on Sky.
It was
So-
good. It was but this playoffs, Quebec's offense was actually pretty good.
Against the good teams.
This playoffs.
I don't even know if that's
Okay.
true because like they get the easy win against who? Toronto, but then
No,
New York.
we had the
No,
easy
they
win
didn't.
against
New York
Toronto.
did.
And then Jacob Hollick, 930 goaltender up there with DeGraff and Sky, just like Chris is talking about. Quebec was pumping 5-6
Sure.
goals on him. So
The team that has
But,
one
okay.
defenseman, yeah.
Yeah, that's
True.
exactly my argument. Like you're comparing. I mean, one defenseman is a big thing. I said it at the time. Like
Yeah,
that's not
that
gonna
way, we actually did a decent job of stat padding in the regular season against New York, if I'm not mistaken. Because
We went 8-0 against them.
yeah,
So, yeah.
but like it wasn't even just like close games. Like I think we kind of like crushed you guys a lot because you had the one defenseman, and then Hollick's like, wait, why do you have two guys who don't earn any money?
No, we did handle you guys pretty well. I'm pretty. I think we actually only allowed like 8 goals in 9 games. But my point is,
Yeah,
it
but
isn't
I-
that Moon
I-
isn't a
I'm just-
deserving candidate. I'm just simply taking the other side here to debate. I mean, at the end of the day, I think both are good candidates. We'll see when the voting takes place, and I think it's going to be a close vote, though. I don't think it's going to go lean one way or another. Should
Yeah,
Moon
that's a
win?
fair statement. I don't know yet.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look at the stats closer. I need them in paper.
Axelson's numbers in
Yeah.
any other year probably rip through everyone.
In any other year, yes.
So we'll see. It's a good debate. I think it'll be a very highly talked about debate. And I think if
This will be the big discussion I think this year.
I do think if Axelson wins, you're going to hear a pretty sour response by somebody.
Oh, 100%. Higgins is gonna be
But-
pissed.
Actually, like
yeah, Kyle, you
I
guys beat us 8 games
Oh,
this
okay.
season,
Yeah,
but not every game was destruction.
not every game was destruction, but I don't think there was any.
You guys outscored us 23-8 in the series, and that sounds like holy crap. But then it's like 1-4-0 game, and like a lot of 2-1, 3-2. Like there's a bunch of games in there where it was like a 1-goal game.
Hmm.
As I thought, because I'm like, you guys didn't like 7-0 us. I don't think. Like,
No, we never. No, but like I don't
Yeah,
think
another
that. I
2-1
think it's
loss,
fair
like,
to say
yeah.
that you get extra.
the only game you guys scored, the most you guys scored on us was 4 goals in one game. Like
That's yeah.
that's-
For
that's
a
a
team
lot.
with your offense, though, that's a decent.
yeah,
it's-
but I mean, I like you made it seem like stat padding against one defenseman. A 2-1 game isn't like
compared to
there
for a
was
team
4
that's
2-1
New
games in
York
that
is, that's
series. There's 4 2-1 games in that series. If Stockholm's offense was so good and Quebec's was so bad, then how come Quebec could get that on Holik and throughout 4 games in this? Like, I don't know. Like, you guys, Quebec scored more goals on Holik than you guys did in any game in the series.
there was only 1-2-1 game or 2-2-1 games.
There was
in the
4 of them,
season.
but that's okay.
Between Stockholm and New York.
Correct. Game
No, it
number
wasn't.
44, Americans lose 2-1 to the
That's
Vikings.
one of them.
That's one. Game number 56, the Americans lose 3-2. It's a 1-goal game. That's all I'm focusing
Okay,
on.
you said
two.
4-2-1 games. So
Sorry, that's my
that's the
fault.
confusion there.
I
Yeah.
meant 1-goal games.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Although I would say a 3-goal game against a competing team, like that's still, even if it's a close game, that's still a lot of points for us. Like that's still adding up more points for the team.
There's another 1-goal game there too, there's another 2-1 game.
Yeah, we said there were
no, that
two.
was the-
Yeah, I said there were 2.
That was the time. I'm just looking. I thought I saw.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
Ryan.
that was game 153. That's the second 2-1 game.
Yeah, it's still fair to say, like, if we win a game 7-6, it's a close game where we still get the stat pad. Like I think that's still a fair statement.
Yeah, but you never won a game 7-6.
No, the analogy still checks out that even if there were a lot of close games, we still got the stat pad.
I mean,
when we
being
play
honest,
against teams with better
But you
defense,
didn't score more than 4 goals on us on any game.
no, but 4 goals is a
That's
ton
not-
of goals
That's
against
not stat padding.
against a fucking playoff team. That is.
Yeah,
We're not getting
Quebec-
8-0 because you're not Calgary.
But the argument was that one defenseman was the reason Quebec scored so much goals.
Yes,
So how come
one defenseman
So-
and a shit performance out of your goalie.
So yeah, so how that's what I was gonna say. So how
Yeah.
come Stockholm wasn't putting more than 4 on us in the regular season with better offense, right? Like I think Holik just sucked.
Yeah,
Like, I don't-
but
I
that
don't
doesn't
think-
mean
I
that
don't think
Quebec's
we're gonna
offense
get
was good.
goals on New York in the playoffs if Holik is on his.
But
Like, that's what I'm
But
saying.
your original statement that Quebec had
Was
pretty
that
good offense
Quebec-
is not correct.
How? Like
because they had to play against one team. Like they had an easy time against Toronto, and then when they
didn't play
I know I
Toronto.
keep
We
doing
did.
that. Yeah. Sorry, that was you guys. They had to play against you guys, and they had to play against Helsinki. So they had one hard series and one against the team with the worst goalie in the playoffs and the one defenseman team. So that isn't indicative of we have good offense. That's indicative of Halik decided that he was going to cut off 3 of his limbs before the series started.
Maybe. Or maybe the depth there is just too much.
I mean,
Like that's
yeah.
kind of my argument. Is Stockholm had less depth overall, I think, than or were you full up, Chris? I can't remember.
I was more than full up.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I couldn't remember if you guys were full up or not.
I was full up game 1.
Yeah,
The thing is, your original argument was actually that Quebec had a great offense because of how many goals they scored on you guys, but you just admitted Holik really didn't play anywhere
he
near
didn't
his
play great.
standards.
No, that's true.
No, so yeah.
To be honest with you, that was probably the biggest reason. I mean, Holik's supposed to be one of the best goalies, if not the best goalie in the league, and he had an 888 save percentage and a goals against average above 2.6, and that's including a series against Toronto where he performed a lot better. I mean, it got to the point where you were even going to put power in. So to me,
I joked about it, but yeah,
I know, but you thought about it. I mean, like at the same time, you had to have thought about it.
My team was wondering that to a degree. Like, and some people asked me, like, "Hey, did you ever really consider it?" And I was like, "It's tough because
if it was the real world, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's a sim engine. No matter how I cut it, Holik is better than power by like double the DP. Like realistically,
there's no
my team
actual
stands a better chance.
Yeah, there's no like
with him than they do with power.
Yeah, there's no confidence stat that Halik was at a 0 and that you like switch it. But
but knowing SD Jet's karma, right? How do I know power doesn't go in and just shut out? Like that could happen.
But karma, like you can't make a decision based off of voodoo.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make it. I wasn't about to do that.
No, but anybody who actually thinks that is either superstitious or just not well informed. Like I think that if you're the GM of a real team and Halik plays like that, yeah, you fucking put power in, no questions asked.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're the GM of a real team, you don't go out and get Holik when your goalie gives you a shutout in the finals of Game 7.
No, unless you get him for free. But yeah,
like here's the thing, because you wouldn't look at TPE. The performance that Power had in the playoffs last year is the type of performance that propels someone to be a starter for a team in the NHL.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
We're
like
looking at it in a vacuum. I think
it's the Matt Murray of VHL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And anyway, from the TPE
Yaroslav
perspective,
Halak.
you can't do that. Yeah.
But anyway, to me, I think it'll be a close vote. I really think that one's going to be the most highly debated topic other than maybe MVP.
Yeah, MVP. Oh, I don't want to
MVP always is the highest debated. So,
well, yeah,
we don't have any topics up yet, and we're supposed to like vote on these.
I was actually just looking because I was like, maybe I've just been completely skipping out on award talk, but no, there's nothing.
Nope. No, we're just talking about fucking removing the conferences and moving half our teams across the ocean like fucking idiots.
I'll probably get it up here. I don't think it matters who does it.
No, but who do we throw on that? Like, you have to make the decisions on the ballot then.
Oh, I mean, we.
Oh, I guess we're doing the discussion first.
Yeah, discussion we had and take it away.
So that pretty much. Oh no, sorry. We need to claim bonus TP for this. So we're gonna end it with some World Cup talk. So we've covered everything from a couple trades, drafts coming up. The Helsinki Titans won the cup. We're looking at awards, but now we're gonna move all the way to the World Cup, which has started.
Yeah.
Not all of us are on teams, though, are we?
Chris and I are. Are you not?
I am. I thought Chris wasn't, but maybe I'm mistaken. Chris, always your
player.
I'm a goal back of the league in the whole cup tournament goals.
Yeah, Brock Dragonslayer.
I don't know. You were complaining because what's his name didn't make the team, but it wasn't your first player; it was your second player.
No, I was complaining about Brock. No, Dexter Lane never should have made any team. Dragonslayer was left off for some fucking reason. I don't know. For a player for 100 TP, Robbie. I think Robbie said he just didn't see him. I don't know how that was possible. He was on the list.
So did you end up on Mercs?
No, I'm on USA. They changed it because that would be the silliest thing ever to have. Now the guy who has 3 goals in 3 games on, like it would have been silly to have him not on Team USA when there's a an inactive and B, a guy in the VHLM on the team.
So everyone's played 4 teams except for Canada and US currently.
Yep.
World is currently leading with 2 wins and an overtime loss with 7 points. Nobody's gotten more than 2 wins otherwise, though. So things are still really close.
The World's kind of leading, not for long.
Well, yeah, they're leading right now by a point.
Yeah,
they Canada, US have played.
Haven't played a game, yes. But I mean, but no, still nobody, even including World, nobody's got more than 2 wins. Scandinavia, Mercenaries, United States, Canada, and World all have 2 wins.
I'm
Canada,
just saying that's going to
United States,
change
Mercenaries
because
all at
Canada
6
and US are going
points.
to play each other. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, one of those teams will have to.
One
go
of them is
through.
going to get the win.
Yep. Scandinavia has 5 points. And Europe is sitting in last with 1 win with 3 points. Roster-wise, some interesting selections. As Chris said, his player almost got left off. I believe that makes all of us on teams.
Yeah.
My player is I got both my players on, but my second player, or sorry, I guess you could say my first player, will not see any game time other than backup duty, which Power is used to. I mean, he had to do it all season.
Has he played more time as a backup than as a starter so far, like in his career?
No, if you count
even.
VHLM.
No, he's played even amount. I forgot that you
Not
stayed
if you
down.
count VHLM because he was a starter for both seasons.
I don't count VHLM. That doesn't count.
So in the VHL, he was a starter for a season.
Yeah, he played the VHLM, then he started, then he.
But
like
he's also. I believe this is his second time backing up in the World Cup.
It could be.
Because I'm on a team on Team USA with Chris, as well as Apollo Sky. So Power's infinite backup to Apollo Sky.
Probably until he retires.
Yeah, so like I still have 1 more World Cup of this.
Yep.
I think. So yeah.
Hey,
I'll
man,
have 1 World Cup, or maybe 2
play,
Power.
For being honest, my other player also should be on the team, but I didn't argue for it because I already argued.
Team USA? Was he also USA?
Yeah.
Chris is all USA. Kyle is on Team Canada.
Hell yeah.
You got a good roster there. We'll
Yeah,
cover
we
it. Actually, let's just do a quick roster breakdown.
Oh.
Shout out to some members as we go through. So in Team Canada, which is pretty stacked, unassisted and Xander Finn are your centers. Wow.
Hell yeah. That's a pretty good set of centers.
Tom Lincoln. We got Tom Lincoln on that team, so you got unassisted Lincoln chemistry.
New York American synergy.
Yeah, Pierre Gaudette, Vincent Vertinen, and even motherfucker Sharp. So more of that synergy. On defense, it's Black Velvet, Hudson Abbott, Leaking Snatch, and Felix Savard. That's a defense core of kings. And keeping Steezy Love going on, you guys got Rectograph, the Marcus King, and Net.
It's hands down the best team in the tournament.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're a pretty good
team. Canada.
Not even close, in my opinion.
Then we have Team USA, who we know Brock Dragonslayer's on that team. Team Robbie, as Robbie calls it. Robbie's the GM.
Well, Robbie's kind of a dumb fuck, so.
And Travis Gawekny.
Yeah, you got it right.
We got John Locke. I always can pronounce things right. I do it intentionally. We got John Locke and Gabriel McAllister. I do it intentionally, Kyle, because I hate how people make up names and then say you are pronouncing it wrong. You guys are murdering the language. There should just be one default. And then they wonder why. Well, you're not intelligent enough to pronounce it. It's like these words didn't exist 20 years ago. You guys should make this shit up. It's like 4chan. It's like you can't make up a language and then get mad at me that I don't know how to say it properly. That's not how that works.
No, but you fuck up names sometimes anyway. Like European names that are legitimate European names. You've done cherried it before.
True. Like real European names, yes.
Yeah.
Gawekny, that's not a name. He made that up. So I can pronounce that wrong.
You don't think it's a real name? You don't think that Austin Gow made up Gawekny?
No, not unless he changes his name to that.
He still made it up at that point.
Because they are really the Gow brothers. Gabriel McAllister, John Locke, Diana Maxwell, Brock Dragonslayer. Pretty good forward crop there, though. Titan Kronos, Jon Snow, Pablo, and Shane Gow defense. Not bad defense. And Apollo Sky and Empty Power Net. I think this team could do good. I think they're probably Chris was saying Canada's the best. I think right now, I'd agree. Like, just it's tough to compete with the overall star power for that roster. But I do think USA's got a good team. I think they're definitely a medal contender.
To me, they're more developed Canada's than the US team is.
Yes.
The US still has Locke, McAllister, Dragonslayer, Snow, Pablo, who are all pretty young. You can throw Power in there too as the backup, but yeah, for the most part, they're a pretty young team. So I think the next, World Cup they'll be better.
And Apollo Sky took them back past, well-known goalies. So who knows, right?
I'm sorry, Quebec never had to play that team.
That's true. The Canada team. Scandinavia. This is another okay roster, but a little bit younger too. Led by Theo Axelson. We also got Werner Reinholdt, Sven Wolf, Matthias Forsberg, Jack Kraken Ice.
That's a pretty great name.
And Apollo Aho.
Oh, that's a
question mark.
Cockstar's fucking player.
On defense, there's Fabio Jokinen, Tobias Klingberg.
Come on, Ryan. That's
Diego
our
Jokinen
player.
and Thomas Snittergaard. On goal,
Syndergaard.
there's Ironside.
That's a real
On
name. You
goal,
can't.
there's Ironside and Mr. Forake.
Ryan. Some of those names are real
Mr.
names.
Forake? Mr. 4K.
Mr. 4K. Mr. 4K. Okay, I'll give you that one. However, Tobias has been a
That's
real
literally
name.
a username. I said Tobias correctly
No, you said
the second time.
the second.
I know how to pronounce it. But if you mispronounce it initially and then instantly correct yourself without anyone telling you, that doesn't mean you don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't think you don't know how to pronounce names. I think you just butcher them when you say them.
Yeah, but
It's like a tongue
'cause
twister.
I just go.
Yeah.
We just
Some
go.
of us just go and also say the name
Scandinavia.
properly.
Scandinavia. We're moving to Europe because bonus TPE.
Do it
Apparently,
for
it's
TP.
Western. It's Western Europe now. The forwards. Ravenwing, SCN Ravenwing. We got Lucas Miller, Tyson Kohler, Phil Shankly, Max von Hohizl. You know what? I'm not going to do it. Rudolph. We got Corco there.
I'll give you that one.
Rusty Trombone.
Hang on, you
on
gotta at least
defense.
get
They
the
only
name
have
properly.
they only have 3 defenders. They make up for that, by the way, by having 7 forwards. Elijah Dotran, David Hamilton, and Lucas Volkov with Key Perot in net. Perot.
Perot, I believe is how
Nuck.
it's pronounced.
So they don't have a goalie, I just noticed. So they're screwed. Their goalie's a VHLM goalie.
Yeah,
Man, that
probably
sucks
not
for them
great.
because that forward core is actually pretty good.
Sucks to suck.
They're least-
Technically, they should probably
Kohler and
play,
Shankly?
they should technically play Calgary G1 because he's technically better.
Then Perot. Is Nuck even active?
Yeah.
Does that player have TPE?
He's active. He was too busy
Is
bitching.
who active?
Nuck.
That's not Nuck.
Keep Perot, yes
That's
it is.
Yes, it is. That's what
He
this
changed
says
his
in the.
player name from fucking fucked.
Well, then he has like 100 TP in his active. Yeah.
Yeah, so Cal G1
What
should
I
be
know.
Still-
I know.
still a pretty-
I haven't-
A weak goalie situation for them.
he might not be
We
active.
also
I
have
haven't
Team
seen
World. Its roster consists of what? That's the discussion. That's not a roster. The discussion should not be bumped
it.
higher.
Why
than
don't you
the
just
roster
go in the
should be bumped.
index, man?
Yeah, but that's no fun. This tags all the members.
Easier.
And anyway, the forwards are Pietro Maximov, which is green, Frances Cornerstone, Fukyu, Philip Rodriguez, Conrad Jenkins, and Rudy Ying. On defense, they have Bobby Digital, Dantis Petnis, Maxim Barniasha.
Barnyashev, that one's a
I
real
feel like
name.
this is just me mispronouncing names. That's what this segment is. Alexei Fedorov as well. We also have Jacob Holik on goal and Edwin Three Incarnation.
Second
Yes,
best team in the
I
tournament.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's an okay defensive core, but
I'm sorry. Okay.
but that forward core is pretty weak.
MVP. It's not that Maximov.
Maximov and
Cornerstone.
Cornerstone, that's it. How much TP does Fukyu
Rodriguez
have?
is
Like
like
300?
650. Yeah, depreciated.
Rodriguez is all depreciated. And then
Fukyu's
Jenkins
got
and
more
Yeager.
than Dragon Slayer. Who's got a better forward core? Okay, honestly, who's the better team
We just
other
looked
than
at Team
Canada?
Western Europe, who has a way better forward core than this.
I said who's got the better team. I would correct
True.
myself. You
I
just
mean,
said relate to me saying who they are the second best team. Team is more than one player. I don't know if
That's
you know
fair.
that.
I don't know.
So who are you saying US is better? Because US got probably a worse forward core.
True. I don't know.
With the scrub like Brock Dragonslayer on it.
Yeah.
They are the
think-
second best team in this tournament on
This team
paper.
has 2 good goalies too, as well. So I'll give you that. I think this is the second best team, but I do think that if you have enough star power on forward,
Digital and
League struggles,
Petness alone, man.
yeah,
And then Fedorov's pretty solid defenseman. Barnyashev's like 300 TP.
Digital's just gonna be psyched that he has better players than NYAD2 as his partner. So
They got Petro Maximov. I mean, honestly, other than Rudy Ying, all those guys are like around at least 300 TP. Like that's not that bad. Like that's pretty good actually.
it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out. I think there could be some upsets in this tournament too. There's definitely the makeup of it. And
that
then
reminds me, Ryan. Are you gonna pick up a second defenseman for next year?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of course. Why wouldn't
I don't know because you didn't last year.
I had no cap, Kyle.
Why wouldn't you?
I had no cap, Kyle. There was
Traded
no
a
cap
player.
to pick up a defenseman. Traded who?
Empty power.
No, I'm not retiring my goalie. That makes no sense.
Holik.
League.
Yeah, I signed him to trade him.
Could have.
I mean, you could have not signed him.
To who? This season. Who do I trade Holik to? Nobody.
Whoever you
I'm
want.
not gonna send him to a team that has no chance of winning. That's just a dick move.
Be heartless, man.
No,
Greg would do it.
that's good for Greg.
You know who would do it? Higgins. He would.
Team Mercenaries has Marc-Andre LeBlanc, Fredamingis Kriggers, Daryl Dortch, Sami Zayn, Sean Gretzky, Fujimoto, Takeshi Fujimoto, unless he boom changed it. We also that's the forward core. On defense, we have Pavel Komarov, Alexander Throll, Roman Sokolov. Solikov. I always say Sokolov because of
Isn't it Sokolov?
It's
It's
SOLO. Solikov.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've literally never
Unless
pronounced that
Fire
right.
Haxel mispronounced it or
I'm going to assume that he did.
Uh,
Yeah, it is Sokolov.
It's
Nicodemus. It is Sokolov. That's what I thought. Because I was like, it's a Call of Duty name, right? I was pretty sure that's yeah.
I always remember that one from what was it, Chris Dish on a Red? Wasn't that scientist named Sokolov?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Great game.
I believe in the Black Ops games, you run around with a guy named Sokolov.
Yeah, I think that sounds.
I kind of fell out. Like Black Ops 1, I was like, I'm done. I've had my shooters.
Okay. Black Ops 1 and 2 were okay.
Grigory Sokolov, Dmitry.
Yeah.
No,
Dmitry
Grigory
Sokolov.
Sokolov's the pianist.
Nicodemus Raven.
Nikolai Sokolov.
There you go,
Wait, that's
Nikolai.
That's Metal Gear.
Oh shit, yeah, Sokolov. There's Sokolovs in everything.
And what is his first name in the VHL?
Oh, Roman.
Roman.
Okay, because
He's
Anton
president.
Sokolov is Dishonored.
Sokolov is a game name. It turns out people use it.
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
I'll call up Bekatov and see if he wants to go
Jacob and
bowling.
Moon in net. That's an interesting goalie combo. Who do you play? I'm kidding. We all
Wait,
know
who's the first one?
Jacob and Moon.
Jacob? Well, depends who the GM is.
You play Moon.
I mean,
But what if you don't? What if you want the? What if you want the commissioner to owe you a favor, Chris? Sometimes it's all the politics.
So we're gonna have to really give some wild predictions right now. We also have awards for World Cup. So
Wait, what? Really?
I think we added awards, didn't we?
Yeah, we
seasons
did.
ago.
When the fuck did we do that?
And no one pays attention because the World Cup sucks.
I like the World Cup. I've always liked the World Cup.
World Cup's garbage. No one
Then
pays attention.
why did you care if your player played in it, Chris?
Just logic. I still want to win. I just don't really care that much about it.
Oh, okay.
Just like I want to win the VHLM, but none of us give a fuck about it. Let's be real.
That's true. Yeah,
We
were
also
like,
want to win. Let's be real. When our players in the finals, we're cheering for them.
When's the last
We
time
don't
we gave
really
away
give a
these
shit.
awards? That's the question. I don't.
I
remember.
don't actually remember. Yeah.
You know what? I don't see anything in the things, so I don't know.
Maybe it was just something we discussed and never actually did.
yeah,
Maybe
I
it's
don't
something
remember
we
this
did
being
once.
a thing. I feel like it's
There we go.
isn't
There
a
was an
thing.
award ceremony in season 50.
I wasn't even back yet.
52?
Season 52, we didn't do anything. We didn't do one in 52.
Well, then there we go.
There was no
It
award
happened
ceremony.
once.
And the award ceremony was just there we go. Tournament MVP, top forward, top defenseman, top goalie, breakout star. I think we still do that. I think that's actually still a thing.
I like Breakout
It's been a
Star.
while.
That's a good.
That should be a VHL award.
I mean,
Yeah, they
I
did.
agree. Get rid of comeback player and make it a Breakout Star.
No one posted.
Honestly, I kind of want to post that in the BOG. We should get rid of.
What? We're gonna
Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid
go
of
ahead.
Get rid of comeback player of the year and make
Word.
it a breakout award.
Isn't that what most improved basically is though? Is
That's what I'm saying.
breakout?
Get rid of most improved.
Yeah,
Or at least
it's
reword
different.
it because it's stupidly worded so that we have guys who previously were 100-point players who put up like 150 points listed, which is not in the spirit of that award, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. But you can make that like I think that renaming it is better because then we don't have the argument made anymore.
Well, renaming it's kind of hard when the award is named after a player.
No, yeah, sorry, I meant like renaming like the subtitle of it, like most improved.
Being a dick, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
So we're gonna discuss. Are we doing awards? You want us?
Yeah, so we'll kind of go through here. We'll just start. Who do you guys think is going to win the bronze award?
USA.
For the record, last year USA won it.
Different year, Ryan.
I think USA's bronze.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Last
not last year. Season 50.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Half a
two
career
times ago? Yeah, 2 times ago. Yeah.
You know what? I think that the Calgary Wranglers have a really good chance of winning the cup this year because they had all those free agents come to their team as rentals for one season 4 years ago.
Yep. Let's see who really won it last year. I don't know. Because they don't have that listed because they're assholes. I have to go into the game threads. What is this shit?
Yeah. USA's
Wants to go-
bronze, for sure.
USA's bronze.
I'm gonna make that a clean sweep and say that USA is in fact fucking bronze.
Fucking bronze.
Fucking bronze. Last year, it was Europe or World that won bronze. One of the two. Take your guess.
It doesn't matter.
It was World. It was World. It was World. Congratulations to World. Who do you guys have winning the silver medal?
Who did we say was second
Last
best?
year it was the United States winning the silver. Canada
Chris,
won gold. last
who did
year.
you say was second best?
I would say
World.
he said World.
The world.
Currently leading in points. I'm going to agree the World get that. No, I'm going to say Canada wins the silver
Fuck yourself, Ryan.
You were going to do what I was going to do.
and World wins gold in the gold medal game.
No, fuck you guys. Canada.
World's winning silver.
We've got
Canada's
both
winning gold.
these players. How do we lose?
Canada's winning
And
gold.
for awards, I don't know if we'll do them, but
No,
like,
probably
as in
not.
anyone will give them out. But we're gonna do them.
Mhm.
So we got the tournament MVP. So you guys predict Canada to win. So I'm assuming
Rhett
tournament
DeGraff.
MVP is DeGraff are unassisted, right? For you guys,
Sander Finn.
Retrograph.
that's not happening. Xander Finn is not happening.
Dude, he's got 2 points in 3 games. What the fuck are you talking about? He's been dope so far.
Rhett DeGraff. I'm gonna say that tournament MVP is going to be Pietro Maximov.
You don't trust the process, Ryan.
I think top forward.
Xander Finn.
Petro Maximov. Because that's,
Agreed.
in my opinion, what that award should be. They shouldn't be the same person.
Well, he can't be.
I'm-
They don't
The
have
last
to
time we handed these awards out, Jordan Maverick of Team USA won
Mhm.
both tournament MVP and top forward. That was in season.
Yeah.
two.
Jordan Maverick.
I disagreed
Yeah.
with that, too.
That's a name I haven't
Username
heard.
Demoshi 31.
Yeah. He had like 400 TP.
He's last been on the site in April. All right, Kyle, do you have
He
a
was
top
on
forward
our
prediction?
team, actually, last year.
Did you say Xander Finn?
I did.
Oh yeah, so
Are you
Kyle's
serious
not
about that?
here. No.
Sorry, no, I
I
just had
see
a
serious.
big yarn.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm super serious, dude.
He's technically second on Cannon scoring.
Oh!
Top to
He's
Top
1 point
defenseman.
back of unassisted.
top defenseman
Uh,
of the tournament.
Black Velvet.
It's racist.
Hmm.
Bobby Digital.
I don't know who I think. I'm going to go off the board here, and I'm going to say that the top defenseman of the season 54, and I'm definitely not stalling to make time or nothing like that. I would never do that. The top defenseman of season 54 World Cup is
I'm gonna
none
say
other
Klingberg.
than
My mother told me to pick the very best. Come on,
Yeah, that's
Ryan.
yeah, Chris is right. It's going to be Black Velvet. All right. I didn't go off the board at all. Top goalie.
Retrograph.
Retrograph.
Keeper.
Retrograph. Ryan,
Uh,
just fucking agree or pick somebody.
Astroman.
You know all the goalies.
I'm going to say Astroman for Team Merc. Current stats, 100% shave percentage. He's never let in a
Did
goal.
you
in
say
the game.
shave percentage?
Yeah, he shaves his percentage.
What?
Huh?
One issue with that idea.
Two
Are
straight
they-
shutouts.
Yeah, but are they forcing backups to play?
No.
Yes.
Okay, well,
because both
him and Jacob are
Jacob's
switching.
with
Or yeah, but other teams are not like that, so he's not going to win just because of that alone. DeGraff's played every game.
Jacob Moon. Jacob Moon, the new player. Breakout star.
Retrograph.
Finn.
Rhett DeGraff is not a breakout,
How?
is he? Wasn't
I
that Team
mean,
Canada before?
Have you seen his? Is that the? Are we talking rookie of the World Cup? Is that what that is?
Breakout star. Last time it was. Last time we gave it.
Couldn't
out,
a breakout
50,
star
it
mean?
was a polo sky. A polo.
Okay, but
Oh my
isn't a
god.
breakout
Ryan.
star
A polo. I
technically?
just said that in
I mean, I
text.
guess I can't really say DeGraff because his season was so good, but his playoff was so shit. That's all I remember.
Yeah, you're right. He does have a 9.59 save percentage. That is pretty.
Okay, fine. If I can't count him because he is probably winning the Shaw this year, maybe I shouldn't count him as breakout.
Xander Finn, Rock Dragon Slayer for United States, leads the team in freaking.
I was gonna
points.
say I actually kind of think he probably has a decent
Yeah.
chance of it.
If U.S. medals, for sure.
And 19 hits, man, too, in 3 games. 19 hits in 3 games, man.
The real
Think about
question.
Sander Finn.
I don't know. 20% face-off percentage.
I'm a winger.
I don't
I
know.
have a
Tom
game
Lincoln-
winner and a
Tom
game
Lincoln's
tying
got better
goal.
than that. I'm saying.
Tom Lincoln was a center originally.
Yeah, I know. He has got points in face-off. I know.
I'm sorry. I have a better face-off percentage than Jon Snow, who's a defenseman. I must be far better.
That's a good
on
point.
face-
You know what?
You're right. You are better at face-offs than
You're
John
right.
Snow.
Sorry. Maybe not the best. I'm better than Black Velvet in general just because I'm better on face-offs.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I
That's
think
the
that
truth.
Rettegrath is the best player in the tournament because he has saved more shots than any of the skaters. So,
That's true.
like,
He also has.
That does it. World Cup will happen. That's our predictions.
Yeah.
Extra TPs. I don't even know how.
Can we talk about the World Cup's worst player because that should be an award.
who's it
Do
going to be, Chris?
Okay, we got to look at a team that sucks because that's
And the worst
obvious.
player on said team.
And obviously, I think it has to be like a decent player. Like we can't just name it. Someone who's like, you can't make it. Yeah, some nobody. So the World Cup's worst player of actual value, because that's really what this award is. And really, you have to look at a few different players.
Who are we going to name this trophy after? The Logan Like Award?
That's probably who it should be named after.
It's
To be
true.
honest. Like, I mean, that's what it should probably
I
be
don't think
named
so.
after.
No, you don't think so? Ryan?
Logan Like did good in the World Cup. All my players do good in international tournaments usually.
That doesn't count. That doesn't matter. Who cares? He
Well,
still
that-
sucks.
Well, this is about what he does, but this is about
Nah, it
World
doesn't
Cup.
matter. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I mean, okay. I mean,
Anyway,
that'd be like
the
saying, hey,
winner, in my opinion, the predicted winner for me, Jacob, because he's shit, man. 888
Fuck
save
Jacob.
percentage.
How about we just call it
450
the first person to
hold
win
on.
it?
450 goals against average. Trust the process, guys.
Goals against average.
Yeah.
He's literally let him
Yeah.
know most of the shots have gone in.
Yeah.
What is he
Not
playing
really.
soccer?
He has allowed. He lost 5-1 to the States, and by the way, Dragon Slayer ripped him in half for 3 goals that game.
Wait, that's
Or
all
2
your goals
goals,
are in one
sorry.
game?
Sorry, 2 goals.
to be
Three goals.
to be
It
fair
was
to
3.
Jacob, 80 shots
No.
faced in freaking 2 games.
I don't
40
give a
shots a
fuck.
game they're giving up on it.
9 goals allowed, Ryan. I don't give a fuck. One of those games against the Mercenaries.
Hey.
Oh, the team
Mer-
of rejects? That's what it's called, Team Rejects.
No. What?
Sorry,
That
no.
doesn't make sense. He is the Mercenaries.
I meant Europe.
He played
Sorry.
himself.
I meant Europe. Shut up.
Mercenaries
I'm well
A
aware.
and Mercenaries B.
Yeah, well,
One
basically.
of them was against the shitty
Those
Europe
were the
team.
2 shutouts that
When-
Mood had against Jacob on his own team.
Fuck the world.
Fuck the world? Like the whole planet.
39. I'm sorry, but he is shit. What a shitty piece of shit Jacob is. Trust the process. Maybe get some real players and maybe a real GM. Then maybe I'll want to play in Calgary. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Maybe move Calgary to Europe because that was the whole fucking idea, and I would probably rather play in Europe than Calgary.
Damn. Chris, would you like
Peace.
some ketchup to serve with those harsh browns?
Oh, that's not good. Like on the scale of things that are good and not good, that's so low. Oh, man. Oh, harsh browns. I can't believe you said that word.
Ryan doesn't like harsh browns.
It just sounds so
Dude,
bad. What?
I
like
use
if
it
you
so
took the
inappropriate.
internet. It's like if you took the internet and it folded all the horrible things on each other and just layered it in this disgusting sauce and served it.
I literally used that on in reference to somebody who got fired like this week. I was like, man, like somebody said something like shitty, but I was like, wow, this is some harsh browns that you're serving there, like about a firing. Like it was so inappropriate.
Chris dropped the mic
Yeah,
because
literally.
that is the end of the show. This has been the way too long VHL Pajodcast. We've probably been over an hour now because
Over an hour. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been over an hour.
it's like that's like all the casts we're doing now. Sadly, yeah,
Yep.
maybe not. But here we go. Kyle Snow for Ryan Power for the dropped mic Christopher Miller. This has been Pajodcast. Beep, beep, beep.